Tonight, cleaning up after a strange and mighty storm sweeps across southern Ontario. Spawning a rare phenomenon called thunder snow.
I have no choice. If I don't do it, nobody do it.
And dumping heavy snow that will take days to clear.
It feels like it's the end of the world or something.
While in the U.S., a deadly cross-country system has Californians begging for help. The Battle of Bakhmut.
The Russians will do whatever they can, scorched earth.
A city surrounded with both sides refusing to give up. Plus, the birthday party with a big surprise.
I died laughing. I was crying laughing.
How a grade 3 photo became the guest of honor.
CTV National News with Sandy Ronaldo.
Good evening. It came in like a lion and roared through southern Ontario, a sweeping winter storm bringing strong winds, sleet, and lots of heavy wet snow, and making today all about the cleanup. Residents digging out and everyone talking about the rare thunder snow, a once-in-a-year event, the storm now moving east. As CTV's Heather Butts reports, there was so much snow in such a short period of time, Toronto declared a major storm condition.
There was a lot of digging in and digging out in parts of Ontario this morning.
I am going to invest in another snowblower.
Even with that kind of equipment, it's tough.
It's okay, but for my age, it's a little bit hard, right? 75.
The latest storm to hit the province brought strong winds and heavy snow, toppling trees in this Toronto neighborhood. In Ottawa, finding a place to put the snow has become difficult.
Definitely 7 feet tall. What are you going to do? You're going to have to start trucking this stuff away if it keeps on coming down.
Forecasters warned about the severe winter storm and say it played out overnight just as they predicted. In just 16 hours, 30 centimeters of snow fell in the Toronto area, roughly 20 in Ottawa. It made for treacherous driving conditions with poor visibility. Hundreds of flights departing and arriving into Toronto's Pearson Airport were affected. An early March snowfall isn't rare, but this is. Thunder snow, catching many by surprise, including this man mid-interview.
Look at that. That was lightning again. Thunder's going to come.
It's the good old-fashioned July kind of thunderstorm that occurs in winter. It often comes with some heavy snows because the air is very moist and rising very quickly.
Toronto gets about 130 centimeters of snow annually. The city's received about half of that in the last 10 days. Now the city has declared a major snowstorm condition, implementing certain parking rules to help with snow clearing. 3 hours east in Brockville, crews have already made a lot of progress, but there are obstacles.
So this is a perfect example of a street that I'm going to have to come back to.
Cars parked on streets are a challenge in any city. Here in Toronto, crews will work throughout the weekend to clear roadways and start removing snow by Monday, taking it to designated storage sites. Sandy.
Heather Butts in Toronto. And extreme weather, some 70 centimeters of snow in 2 days shut down the highway between Hope and Merritt, BC. The nearly 110-kilometer stretch was closed in both directions and reopened after the Ministry of Transportation conducted avalanche control work to clear away the snow. Well, in the U.S., a storm system that hit 37 states with snow, strong winds, and some 17 destructive tornadoes has left at least 11 people dead. Twisters in the south like this one in Louisiana. And watch as this sign comes crashing down on a car. The storm is now tracking east to New England, but as CTV's LA Bureau Chief Tom Walters reports, some residents in California are still stranded a week after the wild weather first hit.
For days now, the mountains northeast of Los Angeles have been snowbound. And for those stranded, supplies are running out.
It feels like it's the end of the world or something.
The town of Big Bear is a ski resort, so it's not that snow is unusual. It's that so much fell so fast.
We'll get this much snow, but it takes a whole season, not in at one shot, you know?
So as you can see, we've got about 8 foot of snow.
Snow so deep that people have to dig down to dig out.
This is my car.
Down here.
While in many places, digging out leads only to roads that are still impassable.
The weather came in much worse than it's ever been anticipated in Southern California.
That means many were caught unprepared. Communities like Lake Arrowhead are full of vacation homes and short-term rentals, places where a lot of people go to spend a weekend with no reason to stock up for a long haul.
These people up here, we don't have supplies to last 7 to 10 days.
And it's hard to get more. In the town of Crestline, the only grocery store collapsed. These long lines formed when the owners started giving away what they could salvage, and when community groups turned this into a distribution point for donated supplies. Some food is arriving by helicopter, but with mountain roads closed, these trucks full of groceries can't get in. Officials say more help is coming.
There are snow plows everywhere, and you are going to see direct relief coming to your doorsteps shortly.
But even with the work of forest fire crews and the National Guard, it's still expected to be another week before everyone who is snowed in can get out. Tom Walters, CTV News, Los Angeles.
A Washington-based think tank believes Ukrainian forces will get out of Bakhmut, site of the longest battle in the conflict. But as Russian forces are poised to seize control of the key city, the leadership of the European Union is calling for greater military support for Kyiv. CTV's Judy Trin reports.
Today, the chief of the European Parliament signaled negotiations for Ukraine to become a member of the European Union could begin this year.
When we say Ukraine is Europe and Europe is Ukraine, that means that accession negotiations need to start as soon as possible.
After her meeting with Zelensky, Metsola called for allies to deliver more weapons, perhaps even fighter jets.
We need more weapons, we need more artillery, and air defense should be considered.
More support was also central to a visit by Canada's top soldier. Chief of Defense Staff General Wayne Eyre was in Ukraine meeting with his counterparts. So far, Canada has contributed more than $1 billion in military aid, including Leopard tanks, a missile defense system, and combat training. Eyre's visit comes at a time when a key city is poised to fall. A combination of Russian forces and the Wagner private militia have surrounded Bakhmut on 3 sides. Bridges and supply lines have been destroyed. Humanitarian food is given to us only once a month. There's no electricity, no water, no gas, says resident Natalia Ishkova as she scavenges for wood to stay warm. The battle for Bakhmut has lasted 7 months. Taking the city has symbolic value.
This is simply just a bunch of rubble that's left that the Russians will do whatever they can, scorched earth, to take this piece of ground just so that they can put up the flag they say they had a political victory.
Military analysts expect Russia and Ukraine to regroup after Bakhmut and wait for reinforcements before ramping up fighting when the warmer weather arrives. Sandy.
Judy, thank you. Dozens of Iranian schoolgirls have been hospitalized. The latest in a series of suspected poisonings that officials initially called fake, but today Iran's government said it would investigate. In this video verified by NBC News, girls are seen coming out of school coughing, slumping over, and gasping for air. More than 1,000 have fallen ill over the past 3 months. No explanation yet. And a meeting between Iran and the UN nuclear watchdog today with questions asked about recently discovered uranium particles. The U.S. is concerned about Tehran's ability to build a nuclear bomb. Well, the Americans are also worried about a massive influx of migrants crossing illegally into the U.S. from Canada. In a rare interview, the chief of U.S. Border Patrol told CTV News he wants more cooperation between the two countries to deal with the growing problem. Here's CTV's Richard Madden.
U.S. Border Patrol releasing this grainy surveillance video of migrants recently crossing the St. Clair River from Ontario into Michigan, all part of the record surge of illegal entries into the U.S. from Canada.
We certainly have some challenges.
Chief Raul Ortiz, speaking exclusively with CTV News, blames the uptick on organized crime.
Is it a crisis?
So on the northern border, no. This migrant population is flying into Canada, and then, of course, they may coordinate with a smuggler or criminal organizations, and then they get trafficked across the border into the U.S.
So what should the Canadian government do to stop or curb this?
So one of the things we have to do is we got to continuously work collaboratively to make sure that we are exchanging information.
Canada and the U.S. has had issues sharing information in the past?
No, we continue to work closely with our Canadian partners, but I think you can always improve upon that.
And that includes pushing for enhanced surveillance and monitoring on both sides of the border, addressing Canada's visa policies for travelers from Mexico, Brazil, and Romania, who are the bulk of migrants caught entering the U.S., while Canada wants to modernize the so-called Safe Third Country Agreement that handles claims from asylum seekers arriving from the U.S. Earlier this week, we went along with U.S. border agents patrolling the Michigan shoreline, where illegal crossings are at all-time highs, but staffing levels are at record lows after several northern agents were redeployed to the southern border. But on his recent trip to Ottawa, the chief reassured officials that's about to change.
The staffing levels up on the northern border will be at normal this week.
With the northern border becoming a growing political headache for the White House, President Joe Biden is expected to raise the issue with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau during his Canadian visit that's supposed to happen later this month. Richard Madden, CTV News, Washington.
The U.S. National Transportation Safety Board is investigating after a passenger on a private business jet was killed during severe turbulence.
This is a tower with a medical emergency, landing runway 6.
The small plane with 5 people on board was headed to Virginia from New Hampshire when it had to be diverted to Connecticut. The NTSB is now talking to the surviving passengers. Well, one person is dead after an enormous explosion rocked the community of Frederick, Maryland, about an hour west of Baltimore.
Look at this. Look at this.
Officials say a transport truck carrying a hazardous fuel-type material slammed into a tree before overturning and exploding. The driver, whose identity hasn't been released, was killed in the fiery crash. Another example of Canada's ailing healthcare system. A pregnant woman having a painful miscarriage is left to fend for herself in a hospital ER for hours. As CTV's Penny Daflos reports, she and her partner are speaking out while the local health authority investigates.
Langley Memorial is one of the smaller hospitals in Metro Vancouver, but it's still extremely busy.
I was bleeding through my clothes.
It's where Sonia Portillo went for help for a miscarriage last week. She was taken to a room where she kept deteriorating.
Tried to get up to walk and it was no-go. Instantly dizzy, nauseous, needed to lay down to even recuperate my breath.
Seeing how much bleeding there actually was like, I was shocked.
Her blood pressure dropping, pain escalating. Her partner Estevan Garcia asked for help.
Is there anything that you can give her? Right away, it was very, tense, confrontational. I was just like, whoa, okay. It's just asking a question. She's in no condition to advocate for herself.
A doctor finally prescribed pain meds. Then the couple was told someone needed the room more than them.
We're moving you to the hallway.
I take all complaints very seriously and we review them thoroughly.
Fraser Health is now conducting a review to see if the standard of care was met.
The goal we want in every case of a miscarriage is to provide timely care, provide pain control, and monitor the situation.
The health authority acknowledges that Langley Memorial is grappling with critical shortages that had become the new norm here and everywhere else in the province. This comes amid escalating warnings from frontline staff.
Fraser Health is going to Herculean efforts to avoid an urban emergency department experiencing intermittent closures.
There were other people in the hallway.
Portillo says she lost 3 liters of blood, which could have been avoided had someone called for a gynecologist sooner.
They're tired, they're overworked. I feel for them, but I think at the end of the day, something needed to happen that didn't happen. And that was communication or urgency or just some sort of attention to detail.
Glaring issues she hopes are resolved before any other patients experience the same confusion, pain, and fear. Penny Daflos, CTV News, Langley.
Coming up, buyer beware.
If I only knew what I know now.
The online scheme and the unsuspecting victims. A warning to consumers to be on alert for another online scam. This one after thieves masquerading as one of Canada's premier insurance companies stole thousands from an unsuspecting victim. CTV's Annie Bergeron-Oliver reports.
Online scams are on the rise, with more victims recorded every year. Deborah Klein thought she had done her due diligence, but still fell for a fraud.
It's heartbreaking.
Klein went online to invest part of her retirement savings. She downloaded a brochure and even talked to representatives.
I knew there was scamming, but I didn't think it was this bad. If I only knew what I know now.
The problem? She thought she was using Canada Life's website, but it wasn't. It was a spoof. And the $100,000 she wire transferred disappeared.
I was working 3 days to save that $100,000. Working 8 years, 3 days a week to put to my retirement, and now it's gone.
Last year, an unprecedented $531 million in losses were reported to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre. And this January alone, at least 3,900 people fell victim to scams. But that number is likely much higher. Only 5 to 10% of people report fraud.
You want to make sure that you're verifying URLs, verify the domain, the phone numbers of the companies you're dealing with before, most importantly, sending any money.
Awareness is growing, but experts say scams are getting more sophisticated. Still, there are almost always red flags to look out for.
Have you got this information from an ad? Is it a sponsored link? Is it the first thing you see in the top of your search engine result? If it is, maybe scroll down a little bit and keep scrolling down until you actually find what looks to you more likely to be the legitimate website.
The Real Canada Life says it is deeply troubled by the distress this incident has caused. The company says it will never ask anyone to share bank information or provide money over the phone or by email. Annie Bergeron-Oliver, CTV News, Ottawa.
Hollywood is remembering actor Tom Sizemore, who's died. He gained fame as a tough guy in films like Saving Private Ryan and Black Hawk Down.
They're shooting at us! They're shooting at us! We'll shoot back!
Sizemore's star fizzled in the early 2000s as he struggled with substance abuse and faced allegations of sexual assault. He suffered a brain aneurysm last month and was put into a medically induced coma before dying yesterday. Tom Sizemore was 61. Still ahead, small but mighty, the preteen axe chucker with some sharp aim. A 10-year-old BC girl is believed to be the youngest axe-throwing judge in the world. And Maddie Matthey has some serious swing to back it up. CTV's Jordan Cunningham now with the adolescent axe slinger who has her eye on the bullseye.
It all began on a daddy-daughter date night.
We're just walking by and we saw the sign, so we decided to stop by.
Axe throwing?
Why not?
Brian Matthey and his daughter Maddie gave it a go one night at Axe and Grind in downtown Victoria. With kids, you never know what activity will stick. Maddie was 9 at the time. In axe throwing, there are rules, like no real axes issued to kids under 12.
They gave me a plastic one.
I gave Maddie the little plastic axe, and she was in the lane beside me.
That is, until Ragnar showed up. A genuine axe-chucking Viking who took one look at Maddie and realized that a plastic axe wouldn't cut it.
Brought over one of our smaller real axes and said, "Hey, you want to give this a try?" And her face lit up.
A funny thing happened when Maddie grabbed that real axe.
It made me feel not so small, more big.
And now Maddie throws axes with almost alarming accuracy. She just turned 10, and she's by far the youngest member of the in-house axe throwing league. She was having so much fun that her dad suggested she volunteer for the club.
So I asked Ragnar if he could teach me how to judge.
So he did, and Maddie studied to write the World Axe Throwing League judges exam. She failed the first time.
But the second time, she got it.
The World Axe Throwing League doesn't track the ages of its judges, but at 10, it's believed Maddie is the youngest certified axe throwing judge in the world. Let that sink in. But it all comes back to hanging out with Dad and that feeling when the axe leaves your hand.
It's just that anticipation.
You get out what you put in. Jordan Cunningham, CTV News, Victoria.
Well, thousands of spectators lined the streets of Alaska's largest city today for the start of the 51st Iditarod. A ceremonial run through Anchorage kicked off the world's most famous sled dog race. Smaller this year with only 33 mushers, but fans are still excited.
It's just been incredible. I admire these guys. This is dangerous.
It will take about 10 days to reach the finish line. After the break, a cut above the rest.
She would love it. She would say, that's a great haircut.
The surprise party and a picture worth 1,000 words. We leave you tonight with a 30th birthday party and a crew of loyal friends who got together to make the day memorable. They brainstormed an idea that left the guest of honor speechless. CTV's Adam Sawatsky on how a grade 3 photo made the cut.
Annie will never forget the night before her grade 3 picture day when she decided to do something different with her bangs.
Decided I didn't want them anymore, so I just started cutting.
And never stopped to think she should consult with a grown-up first.
And my mom walked in and she saw it and she was like, oh no.
And ever since, Annie's friends have said oh yes to the resulting photo, which they all have copies of.
You know, whenever anyone's bringing up an embarrassing childhood photo or things like that, we're like, oh, you got to see this one.
So Emily and Jen decided to somehow include the picture during Annie's upcoming surprise 30th birthday party.
We wanted to do some sort of dress-up theme night.
So they rented a house for the weekend and surprised Annie by inviting friends she hadn't seen in ages. But that was just the beginning.
So after dinner, I just kind of said, everyone, off you go.
Emily said, do you mind sitting on the couch and I'm going to give you a blindfold. And
after her eyes were covered, Emily got Annie to put on a custom t-shirt emblazoned with that grade 3 photo.
And I literally had no idea what was happening.
We all kind of gathered around, then said, take the blindfold off.
Well, being surprised to see a picture of yourself on a t-shirt is one thing. Being surprised by 18 of your friends dressed up identically as yourself in that photo is something entirely different.
And I died laughing. I was crying laughing.
Their plan couldn't have gone better, Emily and Jen say, until an unplanned viral video from the night did.
It just makes it all that much more hilarious.
The surprise has been watched by more than 9 million people and counting on social media and been broadcast across the U.S. on The Today Show.
Oh, they nailed it. Same hair, same shirt.
Annie says her grade 3 self couldn't find it more fun.
She would love it. She would say, that's a great haircut.
And her 30-year-old self couldn't be more grateful to have friends like these. Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Victoria.
That's our newscast for this Saturday. Thank you for sharing your time with us. I'm Sandy Ronaldo. Good night until tomorrow. Bye for now.